morning. My name is Leslie Williams and I am in San Diego, California. I'm a target victim and activist concerning the criminal expeditions of what is known as organized stalking. I attended the news conference yesterday in reference to how two city council members gave a news conference, a brief one, over behind City Hall, and I held up this sign that said sexually harassed by San Diego sheriff officers in the Hall of Justice. Who cares about it? I held this sign over my head and in front of my body numerous times, practically throughout the entire duration of the news conference. I barely got any news coverage, at least that I've noticed, up to yesterday afternoon, because I surfed the internet to see how well this news conference was covered on the news video-wise. And so far, I've only found one video clip of the event that's about anywhere, I think it's between 32 and 38 seconds long. It briefly shows me for a second, and then it shows me being zoomed out of the coverage. I'm in San Diego, California. My name is Leslie Williams. Also, I was wearing a white t-shirt with black lettering that said, "Learning Disabled Woman Brutally Assaulted on an MTS Bus. District Attorney Won't Investigate." I'm in San Diego, California. My name is Leslie Williams. I am a target victim and activist concerning the criminal expeditions of what is known as organized stalking, which can also be termed as gang stalking. I'm a good woman, okay? And I'm here today to just make this video hang on a second, I gotta prop this up, to give a testimony concerning the crimes that have happened to me and my fellow targets. Organized stalking is happening in every state in the United States. Targeted individuals are all over the internet in reference to writing blogs, making YouTube videos, posting petitions. You know, me personally myself, I have witnessed at least I'm not going to put like an exact number on it, because I never kept count in reference to how many petitions that I have seen written by targeted individuals and concerning the signatures that signed them. But I will say this. They are at least, I'd say, anywhere between 30 and 50, at least, okay? And every single one of these petitions that I saw not only was written by a targeted individual begging for help from their city council, from district attorneys, from prosecutors, from law enforcement, from the FBI, okay? But I also witnessed and reviewed the people that signed these petitions, and most of them were fellow targeted individuals from every state in the United States. So why are targeted individuals ignored? Why are we ignored? I'm not going to say that we're completely ignored, you know. Hang on one second, please. Prop this up so it looks more even. I'm not going to say that we are completely ignored by the media, because we have been covered on news broadcasts at the local and national level. We've even been covered on national radio shows like Coast to Coast numerous times. And we were also covered on a national TV show, Jesse Ventura, The Brain Invaders. Now, the Jesse Ventura Brain Invaders show does not specifically mention gang stalking or the microwave hearing effect or any other type of direct descriptions in reference to what's happening to them and how it's happening to them. I'm going to just make a brief statement concerning the Jesse Ventura show. From what's being described concerning what these individuals and the Jesse Ventura show, what they're describing, highly appears to be what is known as the microwave hearing effect and directed energy weapons. Now, you can go to the bottom of Freedom from Covert Harassment and Surveillance, the very, very, very bottom of their homepage. You'll find 3 PDF links, remote neural monitoring being one, remote behavioral influencing technology being the second, which incorporates the microwave hearing effect and directed energy weapons. Now, that website and that organization is supposed to be an organization that's dedicated to and advocating for organized stalking, gang stalking targets. I have heard through numerous individuals, okay, that at least that agency and organization has been infiltrated, and I've heard from separate individuals stating that it's nothing but a front group for the government. Yes, I'm in San Diego, California. My name is Leslie Williams. I do not know if that's the truth. If it's not, then just dismiss it. Upon your investigation, conclude for yourself it is, if it is or not. That's not the purpose of this video, to talk about that theme concerning those statements of that particular organization. My goal and my intention is to prove this crime is happening to me again in San Diego. Now, I arrived back in San Diego on August 8, 2011 for the very first time since I had been out here for between 1 and 38 days in 2006. And I was gang stalked every single day when I was out here in 2006. I did not have a name for the crime that was happening to me, though, in 2006 out here in San Diego. Now, you can go to Google and type in a gang stalking tech. Everything you need to know. It's a manifesto of a manager of organized stalking, gang stalking crews. This individual literally states that he is a manager of gang stalking. He flat out states that it's a nationwide syndicate, and that when a target goes from one state to the next, the syndicate that was in the state the target was in will pay the syndicate in the state the target is going into to take over in the campaign against the target. That's how a target is stalked from state to state. Right now in my backpack I have 2 separate books that were published concerning two separate targeted individuals who wrote books about gang stalking. Gang stalking and organized stalking is mentioned entirely throughout both books. Okay? Now, since we have had marginalized coverage at the local news level, the national radio show level, and even on a national TV show, we are starting to get some coverage, even though the coverage is narrated and it is marginalized. But we are grateful for the coverage that we do get. You can go to YouTube and type in gang stalking bullying on steroids. I have come to discover, as a result of experience, research, education, and factual knowledge from the research, that this is, well, I'll put it to you this way. Organized stalking and gang stalking highly appears to be connected to individuals in the system. And since I already know for a fact that their motivations and aspirations for each and every target are criminal, okay, then we have to look at this, that this is organized syndicate members in the system as well, and if they have criminal aspirations for a target, because every single thing that happens to a target is a felony. Every single thing. Okay, that's right. Now, then we can easily at least conclude or speculate that this is organized crime in the system. Now, I'm in San Diego, California. My name is Leslie Williams. When I came back to San Diego for the first time since 2006 on August 8, 2011, I was even literally gang stalked on the Greyhound bus out here again. Yes. So I already knew in my mind that it was going to happen to me again, because I was literally being gang stalked from Connecticut to here on the Greyhound bus. Okay? So logic and probabilities dictates when you're gang stalked out here from Michigan to San Diego in 2006, and then you're gang stalked from Michigan to Connecticut, and then gang stalked on the Greyhound bus from Connecticut to here, that there's a great likelihood that you're going to be gang stalked again in San Diego, in which I have been. Every single day along every single route, every place that I have went. I have been harassed, retaliated against, assaulted twice, threatened to be assaulted, threatened to have my bank account infiltrated, harassed on a daily basis. So what is the purpose of this particular video? And before I make that statement concerning the purpose, I want to make this general statement. Recently, an individual just came forward yesterday, and she's all over the news. I sincerely apologize, I forgot her name. This video was made on the fly. Who is stating that Mayor Filner of San Diego has not only sexually harassed her, but has made extremely descriptive, suggestive statements as she was being harassed by him concerning her panties and so on and so forth. Now, I want to make a statement, and I want to make a statement that's very clear. I am not advocating for these victims, and I am not advocating for Filner, because I do not know the truth. I was not there when these things happened. Okay? I will at least say that I believe he deserves due process because this situation is not just even though it can be, if these allegations are true, then it is simple sexual harassment. But since Mayor Filner is in a position of power, he's going to probably take this to court. The reason why I believe in due process for everybody that's accused of a crime is because I already know. Look, I've been literally subjected to organized stalking, gang stalking inside of the Hall of Justice by sheriff's deputies, by employees, by individuals that appeared to be there because they got in trouble with the law. That's right, and I got the audio files to prove it. Okay? Now, so I already know, okay, for a fact, I've had numerous city employees that have walked by me outside of the Hall of Justice and outside of the Sheriff's Department that's right up the street from the Law Library, engaged in organized stalking harassment towards me. That's right. So I already know, that retaliation happens. I already know that harassment happens. I already know that it can be perpetrated in an organized fashion as a result of tracking of a target. So I guess the point I'm trying to make is this, is that I already, we'll just put it to you this way. There are some people out there that are speculating that there's a possibility that these sexual harassment charges are bogus because of the political nature of the environment concerning the parties involved. I'm not saying that I believe that. I'm not saying that I don't believe that. I'm not saying these women are lying, and I'm not saying that they aren't lying. I'm not getting involved in the situation at all. Okay? I will say this, though. If they were sexually harassed, I truly hope and pray that they get justice. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. If they weren't, I'll just put it to you this way. I believe, though, that Filner deserves due process. And the reason why I believe that is because we need to look at if due process is not observed, even though due process can be corrupted as well. If you don't believe that the government does not have the ability to fix juries, put a syndicated judge on the bench, think again. I strongly suggest you look at who this Jerry Sandusky original trial was put before. What kind of judge that lawsuit was being put before. A judge that was directly connected to the home, okay, that he was plucking these little boys out of. And when that got discovered, it got taken away from her. So, understand this and be clear. This is part of the reason why I still believe in due process. Because anybody can be accused of anything at any time. By anybody, an enemy, okay, somebody who's targeted you because of any reason. Okay? Anybody can point the finger at anybody and say, this is this and this and this and that and this and that. For any reason. Okay, and then ask you to resign without you being able to stick up for yourself. I'm not saying he's guilty, and I'm not saying he's innocent. What I'm saying is that he deserves due process. That's right. And even though legal wrangling could possibly get him out of it if he's guilty, that's unfortunate as well. But we have to look at the safety issues for the innocent who might be fingered for a crime by criminals that only have one motivation: to take advantage of how they're in the system and are legally using it to oust somebody who's innocent because they don't like them or have political motivations concerning why they're doing what they're doing to an innocent person. I think you get the point of what I'm saying. So I believe in due process because anybody can fling any type of allegation against anybody, and then if you don't have due process, that person never has the right, I'm talking about innocent people, has the right to defend themselves, even though due process can be corrupted as well, because I'm here today to tell you, fellow American citizens, that there is organized crime syndicated members in the system. And if you look at that manifesto that I stated, you'll clearly be able to see that judges, lawyers, entire police departments have been taken over, syndicated schools, Medicare workers, all different types of employment descriptions, that cable installers, okay? You would not believe what I know. And you better believe they know I know it. So I'm holding up this sign yesterday at a news conference that says, "Learning disabled woman brutally assaulted on an MTS bus. District attorney won't investigate." Along with this sign that clearly says, let me get it open, sexually harassed by San Diego sheriff's officers in the Hall of Justice. Who cares about it? Holding it up over my head and in front of my shirt. Now, so far I've only found one video clip showing me holding up this sign. But who was there at this news conference? I believe if I heard right, because this has happened so fast, and this just happened yesterday afternoon, and I've been running all over town ever since it happened, I believe it was the San Diego City Council president and another individual. Now you're going to tell me that they did not see me holding the sign. Are you serious? I held it there for over 20 minutes, at least. So why didn't anybody approach me and say, what happened? I was also at the July 15, 2013, concerning Donna Fry and two other individuals giving a news conference, and I'm flat out wide open being covered on the news in that news conference, except I didn't have this particular sign held up at that time. Now, I just had the white t-shirt on. I'm in San Diego, California. My name is Leslie Williams. So what is the purpose of this video? This individual came forward yesterday, filed a lawsuit. She's been covered on the news, stating a bunch of things concerning the Filner headlock, and that Filner suggested that she should come to work without her panties. Now, I don't know if that allegation is true or false, and I'm not here to make any statement concerning if it is or isn't, because I am staying out of that, because I'll tell you why I'm staying out of that. I'll tell you, to be totally honest with you, if these women were sexually harassed, do you honestly think, me being a woman, okay, or for any sexual harassment victim, whether it be a man or a woman, do you honestly believe for 1 second that I am going to say outwardly that I believe this woman's lying? Or do you think I'm going to say I believe this woman's telling the truth? No. Because if that crime did happen to that woman or the other woman, I am not going to make an opinion that I'm just not going to do it. Okay? Because I believe in truth and I believe in justice concerning the truth. And I'm not going to make any statement that might try and imply that I do not believe this woman at all. Or that I believe her. Understand. What is the purpose of this video? The purpose of this video is that she made a statement coming forward yesterday concerning the factual reality of her statements. She stated that Filner put her in the headlock, that Filner did different things, but she also stated that Filner stated, "I wish you didn't come to work with your panties on." Now, if this crime really happened to this woman, think about this. How do you think that woman or any other woman that this happened to had individuals walking around her after that happened to her and then repeating around her for her to hear deliberately, "Don't come to work with your panties on," every day, everywhere she went? Go to Google and type in how in organized stalking, gang stalking, a girl was raped and a sock was shoved in her mouth. Then, as a result, right after that, the organized stalking individuals use their employment descriptions in the community to solicit community members in the community to get around her every single day and present and throw socks along all of her paths to remind her about the victimization. It's called re-victimization. So, how do you think this woman, if this really happened to this woman, and I'm not saying I believe it or don't, I'm staying out of that aspect of it, okay? But how do you think you would feel if you were sexually harassed by your boss, okay, or somebody who you worked in the same office with you? They suggested that you don't come to work with your panties on top of other sexual harassment, and then individuals, and then maybe that person who did it might be afraid that person might come forward, so that person then possibly might have got other city employees to harass her concerning that statement. And I'm not saying that something Mayor Filner would do or not. The point I'm trying to make is that in organized stalking expeditions, they will victimize the target, including physical rape, assaults, and then use law enforcement tools, possibly law enforcement tools like the community notification or the offender's notification, illegally and criminally, in order to be able to notify the community at large. Combine it with the slander campaign. Go to YouTube and type and listen to a stranger to see how easy it is and effective it is for anybody with a real badge or a fake badge to solicit assistance from community members based on a lie and the prestige of a badge. That's right. In order to get them to do anything that person asked, anybody they asked to do something for concerning a woman that's in a grocery store. I've been harassed and roused like you would not believe. I'm in San Diego, California. My name is Leslie Williams. The point I'm trying to make is this. Can you imagine being assaulted or sexually assaulted and then specific things happening to you during the assault or after the assault or even right before it that they wanted to make sure you remembered? That's right. And then getting around you and reminding you about it on a daily basis everywhere you go. It's not just victimization, it's re-victimization. I'm in San Diego, California. My name is Leslie Williams. If I was sexually harassed by a sheriff's officer, what kind of a statement did he make concerning a black bag that preluded to this actual sexual harassment statement? And is that black bag directly connected to a victimization concerning SDSU and the gang stalking I put up with there? In organized stalking and gang stalking expeditions, what they do is share information, what they do is develop a terror campaign. And what they do is basically anchor associations in a target's mind concerning specific things that they feel they can victimize the target about. And then will continue that same harassment along the target's route everywhere they go. Just like I said concerning how they had a girl raped, shoved a sock in her mouth as they were raping her, and then got along all of her routes and threw socks along her route to remind her about the rape. So if I was sexually harassed by a sheriff's office, a San Diego sheriff's officer in the Hall of Justice, did he say before the sexual harassment something that had to do with an item that was directly connected to what occurred at SDSU? Remember what I said? Association. I'm in San Diego, California. My name is Leslie Williams. Organized stalking and gang stalking, what they do is anchor associations in a target's mind, and then after the anchoring has taken place, they then get around a target and remind them about what's anchored in order to stimulate the memory of the victimization. Remember what I said about the girl being raped and a sock shoved in her mouth as she was being raped, and then they got along all of her routes every day and threw socks along her route to remind her about it. This is one of the methods of what is known as organized stalking sensitization methods. I'm in San Diego, California. My name is Leslie Williams. Organized stalking and gang stalking is one of the most is a crime that is responsible for some of the most heinous crimes that your mind can conceive. And I'm here today to tell you right now. I am here today to tell you right now, any individual that is in the system that knows about this crime happening to me and is engaging in anything or even having even thoughts of protecting this crime because of what I know and what I've been exposing, be careful. Because I'm an extremely strong woman. I am very creative. I'm smart. And I'm not stopping when it comes to exposing what I already know. So if anybody does anything to me that I feel is severe enough, okay, in reference to harassment or protecting the crime that has happened to me, in reference to protecting the exposure of it or the litigation concerning my civil rights, I will expose you. Make no mistake about it, in your mind, your heart, your soul, or your deliberations. I will never stop ever until the crimes that have already happened to me get legally and uncorruptibly processed and prosecuted. I'm in San Diego, California. My name is Leslie Williams. I do, if you really want to know the truth of why I do what I do, Victoria Rose, Sylvia L. Morales, Marah Shihan, and all the other San Diego targets that are victims of this crime that do not have the money to buy a video camera or a digital tape recorder to catch what's happening to them. And I already know Marah Shihan and has tried to get the assistance from the San Diego City Council, senators, Boxer and Feinstein, and from the San Diego Police. Nobody helped them. So I'm here today to expose these factual realities so people can see these truths for what they are. Okay? Now, these women that are getting assistance and news coverage, what about us? What about organized stalking targets? Where is our coverage? Where is our coverage? Okay? All the crimes that happen to us. Where is our coverage? Where is our justice? Go to YouTube and type in "Learning Disabled Woman Brutally Assaulted on MTS Bus." Is that video of me being assaulted altered? And if it is, why would MTS send me an altered video of me being assaulted? San Diego District Attorney's Office was notified numerous times concerning this factual reality, and they have not done one thing in reference to replying to any emails. The abuse I suffered when I went down there and reported it physically, okay? So understand this in your heart and in your soul. I'm never stopping until this sees the light of day for what it is, the truth. Ever. I will never stop, ever. I'm in San Diego, California. My name is Leslie Williams. If you had to live in the circumstances and the victimization that organized stalking, gang stalking targets have to live in and endure on a daily basis, I understand this. I know. You're human. You would respond to it in the same exact manner that I am and my other fellow targeted individuals are. Begging for help, wanting help, uncorrupt help, and wanting the individuals who engaged in the crime and the ones who protected it prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. Because we are human beings just like they are, and we have every right to our civil rights, our Bill of Rights, our constitutional rights, and our freedoms and our pursuit of happiness without being victimized and re-victimized. Yes. And I'm here today to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, I am not involved in any illegal or criminal activity whatsoever. I am not crazy in any way, shape, or form, and I am not a threat to myself. But these are the three labels that the organized crime members in the system try to attach to targets in order to discredit them, in order to discredit the truth they're telling. I'm in San Diego, California. My name is Leslie Williams, and I make these videos to inform, to expose the truth. Okay? So you can know it for what it is. Thank you for listening, and if I seemed a teeny bit emotional, it's because I got to live this way every day because of these crimes. And then I'm told I'm accused of being crazy, threatened to be locked up. You would not believe the fear-mongering alone that targets got to live through because they're exposing this crime. Just like the women that were afraid of being retaliated against as a result of them not coming forward right away because of what they were afraid of. Okay? And I'm not just talking about them specifically, I'm also talking about other sexual harassment targets. Okay? Understand this and be clear. You would not believe how city employees and government officials will protect perpetrators in order to be able to make sure that lawsuits don't come forward, that criminality is not exposed, and people don't lose their jobs. It's a travesty, it's sickening, it's disgusting, and what we need to do is stand up and take notice and advocate for all crime victims, and understand this. Just because due process, okay, is supposedly afforded to every American citizen, it doesn't mean we get it. It doesn't mean we get it, because we all know, if you're smart enough or at least educated enough, we all know that things can be fixed downtown. Syndicated judges, bribed jurors, selected jurors. I'm in San Diego, California. My name is Leslie Williams. I make these videos to inform, to expose the truth, and to give you details to think about so your mind and your heart can be touched, so you might take the time to investigate the crimes that I described in this video. I'm in San Diego, California. My name is Leslie Williams. I make these videos to inform, to expose the truth. And right now I have at least 600 audio files of proof of being gang-stalked at every place that I go to in San Diego. And the only reason why I have not brought a lot of it forward yet is because I have developed my own strategies. It's like a boxing match. You got to know when to throw a punch, take 2 steps back, wait for your opponent to throw another one, and then whenever your opponent throws a punch, that's proof. And I'm not talking about physical punches, even though I have been assaulted. I'm talking about their tactics and methods that I've caught on audio, video, paper trail proof they've left behind, USB drive proof they've left behind, and a long history of emails that have been saved by me. That's right. Showing the factual realities that I was gang-stalked out here in 2006. So how did they know I came back to San Diego on August 8, 2011? I have deliberately and intentionally made sure that I have not developed any social relationship with one person since I have been here. At the intimate level, the acquaintance level, the friendship level, any social level. Okay? The only people I talk to on occasion is spark up a short-term, on-the-spot conversation with somebody on a bus or trolley, and I think I'm going to have to stop doing that because I read some things online stating that other organized stalking targets are saying that they're being tape recorded by people in their environment. That's right. Alright, I gotta go. I got a big day ahead of me today. I just wanted you to know I made this video so fellow San Diegoans, fellow La Jollans, fellow Californians can know the truth concerning these expeditions. Organized stalking is directly connected to human trafficking, sexual servitude rings, prostitution rings, land co-opting, property co-opting, trust fund liquidation, identity theft, racketeering, insurance fraud. You would not believe what I know. So, again, when I was holding up this sign yesterday, and when those city council members were giving that news conference, why didn't any one of them ask me about this? Thank you for listening, and please look in the description of this YouTube video for the video clip concerning me being at that news conference holding up this sign. I'm in San Diego, California. My name is Leslie Williams. Unless it's been taken off the internet, I don't know. And if you don't think that the government, the syndicated ones in the system, do not have the power to scrub things off the internet, I'll just put it to you this way. Some of my emails have went missing. My blogs are being edited. Information is being put in there that I did not write. Things that I did write are being taken out. So is cyber surveillance a method of gang stalking? Think about it. Take what I state, research it, cross-reference it, synthesize it, and you will come to understand that every single thing that I have told you in this video concerning the tactics and methods used of organized stalking are factual realities. And that story about the girl being raped and a sock shoved in her mouth, that's all over the internet. Cross-reference it to gang stalking or organized stalking. I have to go. Today's date is July 23rd, 2013. Thank you for listening, and have a nice day.